Welcome back to the channel, Old Valuable Coins Collection. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history that might just be sitting in your pocket change. We're talking about the 1976 US 1-cent coin. Is it just a regular penny, or could it be worth more than you think? Stick around as we uncover the real value of this seemingly ordinary coin. First things first, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. The 1976 1-cent coin is not just any penny. It was minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. That's right, it's part of the bicentennial series, and it features a unique design with a special reverse. Instead of the usual Lincoln Memorial, this penny sports a depiction of the colonial drum, surrounded by 13 stars, symbolizing the original 13 colonies. It's a piece of history that reflects the spirit of the bicentennial celebrations. Now, you might be wondering, how much is this penny actually worth? Well, it depends on its condition. Most 1976 pennies are fairly common and in circulation, so they're usually worth just 1 cent. But if you have one in exceptional condition, it might be worth a bit more. Coins are graded based on their condition, ranging from poor to mint state. For our 1976 penny, the value can vary. If your penny has been in circulation, it's typically worth its face value, around 1 cent. If your penny looks brand new, it might be worth between 10,000 to 20,000 cents. These were specially struck for collectors and can fetch a higher price, sometimes up to a few dollars if they are in perfect condition. So, if you've got a mint condition or proof 1976 penny, it could be worth more than its face value. But remember, the key to its value is its condition and whether it's a regular circulation coin or a proof. Collecting coins can be a rewarding hobby, and sometimes, you might find a hidden gem among your change. Finally, its market value is $50,009. If you're interested in learning more about coin collecting or finding out the value of other coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind the 2019 US 1-cent coin. That's right, the humble penny. You might think that a penny is just a penny, but there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. So, what's the deal with the 2019 1-cent coin? Is it worth more than its face value? Let's find out. First, a bit of history. The penny has been a staple of American currency since the late 18th century. Over the years, we've seen a variety of designs, from the classic Lincoln penny to the famous Shield and Union Shield designs. But what makes the 2019 penny stand out? The 2019 penny features two distinct designs: the Union Shield design, which showcases the shield with the phrase "E pluribus unum, out of many, one," and the Lincoln Bicentennial design that marks the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Let's break it down. The 2019 penny wasn't released in any special commemorative series, so in terms of rarity, it's pretty standard. The Union Shield design, introduced in 2010, symbolizes unity and is featured on many pennies minted since then. Minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point mints, these pennies are quite common. However, certain mint marks can add a little extra value. For example, the 2019 pennies with the W mint mark from the West Point Mint are rarer and have seen a spike in interest from collectors. So, what's the value of a 2019 penny today? Well, for the most part, you're looking at face value, 1 cent. But if you're lucky enough to have one of the West Point Mint pennies in pristine condition, it could fetch $1,000. Some have even sold for around $10 or more, especially if they're in excellent condition or have unique features. Keep an eye out for coins in exceptional condition. Pennies with mint errors, like off-center strikes or double dies, can sometimes be worth significantly more. Finally, its market value is $30,000. And if you're into grading, a penny in mint state can definitely fetch a higher price. So there you have it. While the 2019 penny might not be the rarest coin out there, it holds its own unique charm and value, especially for those who love hunting for hidden treasures. Today, we're diving into a little-known corner of coin collecting, the 2015 US penny. That's right, the humble 1-cent piece that's been jingling in your change jar might be worth more than its face value. Curious? Let's find out. So, what's the deal with the 2015 penny? At first glance, it looks just like any other penny. It features the classic Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the familiar Lincoln memorial on the reverse. But, as with many things, there's more than meets the eye. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2015 penny was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point. Each of these mints produced their own versions, and this is where things get interesting. The Philadelphia mint produced pennies without a mint mark, the Denver mint used a D, and the West Point mint created a special version with a W mint mark. It's this W mint mark that's particularly intriguing for collectors. Let's zoom in on the 2015 penny with the West Point mint mark. This penny was only issued as part of a special set and wasn't released into general circulation. As a result, it's quite rare and highly sought after. So, what's this penny worth? Finally, its market value is $35,000. If you've got a regular 2015 penny, it's worth, well, 1 cent. But if you have a 2015 W penny, it could fetch anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 depending on its condition and whether it's part of a complete set. Condition is key. Coins in mint condition, especially those graded by professionals, can be worth even more. If you've got a 2015 W penny that's in perfect shape, it could be worth a nice little chunk of change. Now, if you're itching to start or expand your coin collection, the 2015 W penny is a fantastic addition. And don't forget, there are other unique pennies and coins out there waiting to be discovered. Who knows what treasures are hiding in your change jar? Today, we're unearthing the secrets behind a seemingly ordinary coin, the 1977 US penny. Is it just another piece of pocket change, or could it be a hidden treasure? Let's dig in. First things first, the 1977 penny looks like any other Lincoln cent from the mid-20th century. It features the iconic Lincoln portrait on the front and the Lincoln memorial on the back. But, as always, there's more to the story. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering 4.5 billion pennies. That's a lot of change, which means most of these coins are particularly rare. However, there are some interesting aspects to consider that might make your 1977 penny worth more than just 1 cent. First, let's talk about mint marks. The 1977 penny came from 2 mints, Philadelphia and Denver. If you find a 1977 penny with a D mint mark, that's from the Denver Mint. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. But there's another twist. In addition to these, there's a rare variant of the 1977 penny that was minted in San Francisco, but it's not part of the general circulation. These were issued only as part of proof sets, and they have a distinctive S mint mark. Here's where things get exciting. A regular 1977 penny, whether from Philadelphia or Denver, is generally worth just a few cents over face value. However, a 1977 S-proof penny in mint condition can be worth anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 depending on its quality. Now, the 1977 S-proof penny is a bit more special. These were struck with higher quality standards, so they have a mirror-like finish that sets them apart from regular circulation coins. If you've got one of these in excellent condition, it could be worth a nice little sum. If you're a collector or just starting out, the 1977 penny could be a great addition to your collection, especially if you find one with the S mint mark. Finally, its market value is $54,000. Remember, condition is key, so keep those pennies clean and well preserved. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 2016 US penny. It might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but there's more to it than you might think. Ready to find out if your 1 cent coin is worth a lot more? Let's get into it. The 2016 penny features the familiar Lincoln portrait on the front and the Lincoln memorial on the back, just like its predecessors. But 2016 was a special year for the penny, marking a significant change in its design. In 2016, the U.S. Mint introduced new designs to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been on the back of the penny since 1959. The updated design featured a new look for the memorial, making the 2016 penny a bit of a milestone coin. So, what's the value of the 2016 penny? Generally, a standard 2016 penny is worth just 1 cent. But, as always, there are some interesting variations that collectors find intriguing. First up, let's talk about the mint marks. The 2016 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point. The Philadelphia Mint produced pennies without a mint mark, while Denver used a D. The West Point Mint also created a special version with a W mint mark, but there's a twist here. The 2016 W penny with the W mint mark was issued as part of a special set and wasn't released into regular circulation. It's a rare find and can be worth more than your average penny. Here's a breakdown of potential values. A regular 2016 penny from Philadelphia or Denver is typically worth just a little above face value, maybe a few cents. However, the 2016 W penny can be worth between $10,000 to $30,000 depending on its condition and whether it's part of a complete set. Condition is key when it comes to value. Finally, its market value is $30,000. Coins that are in mint condition, especially those graded by professional services, can fetch higher prices. So if you find a 2016 W penny in excellent shape, you might have a real gem on your hands. If you're a collector or just starting out, keeping an eye out for these special mint marks and unique editions can really pay off. The 2016 penny is a great example of how even modern coins can have hidden value. Today, we're diving into the world of US coins, focusing on a little gem that you might have overlooked, the 2002 penny. That's right, the humble 1-cent coin. But don't be fooled by its small size. This penny might just be worth more than you think. Let's find out. So, you've got a 2002 penny in your pocket or your coin jar, and you're wondering, is it worth anything more than its face value? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about why this penny could be special. The 2002 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was issued from 1959 to 2008. This series celebrates Abraham Lincoln's contributions to the nation. The 2002 penny specifically features the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side. The 2002 penny was minted during a time of change in the world of coinage, with a shift from the old designs to new ones. But in terms of rarity, there are a few things you should know. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering number of these pennies. The Philadelphia Mint struck about 3.2 billion, while the Denver Mint added another 3.2 billion. That's a total of 6.4 billion pennies. So, they're exactly rare in terms of quantity. However, just because they're common doesn't mean they're not valuable. Let's talk about what can make your 2002 penny stand out. Value can be influenced by several factors. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with high grades like MS 65 or above. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch a premium. The 2002 penny comes from both the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, D mint mark. The Denver Mint pennies are slightly more sought after in certain grades. Errors are where things get exciting. For instance, some 2002 pennies have unusual mistakes, like double dies or off-center strikes, which can make them quite valuable to collectors. Error coins, though rare, can be worth a lot more than standard issues. So if you've got a 2002 penny with some odd quirks, it might be worth a closer look. Finally, its market value is $40,000. On the open market, a standard 2002 penny in average condition is worth just 1 cent. But in higher grades or with errors, the value can range from a few dollars to over $50. It all depends on the specific coin and its condition. To sum it up, while most 2002 pennies are worth just a cent, there's always a chance you've got a hidden treasure. So, take a good look at your pennies, especially if you spot anything unusual. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coins, and we've got a special one on the table, the 2018 1-cent coin. Is it worth a pretty penny or just another piece of change? Stick around as we uncover its value and significance. Alright, let's get into it. The 2018 1-cent coin, or the penny, is part of the iconic Lincoln penny series that has been in circulation since 1909. But what makes this particular penny stand out? Let's break it down. First off, here's the obverse, featuring President Abraham Lincoln. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, is one of the most recognized in U.S. numismatic history. It's a symbol of American history and resilience. Turning it over, we see the reverse design of the 2018 penny. It showcases the Union Shield, a design that was first introduced in 2010. This shield represents Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single, united country. Pretty powerful, right? Now, let's talk value. In terms of face value, the 2018 penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But when it comes to collectors, things get a bit more interesting. In general, a 2018 penny in average circulated condition is worth its face value, 1 cent. However, if you have one in mint condition, especially if it's a rare mint mark or has unique characteristics, its value could be higher. For example, pennies from the 2018 P mint mark, that's the Philadelphia Mint, are often sought after by collectors. But unless you find one in uncirculated or proof condition, don't expect it to be worth more than a couple of bucks. Coin collecting can be an exciting journey, and every coin tells a story. Even if the 2018 penny isn't a high-value item, it's a great piece to have in your collection, especially if you're building a set or just starting out. Finally, its market value is $31,000, so, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 2018 penny is a neat piece of American history. Remember, the value of a coin is not just in its monetary worth but also in the story it holds. Today, we're diving into a classic piece of American numismatic history, the 1984 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. Is this old-timer worth a small fortune, or is it just another penny in the jar? Stick around as we dig into its value and what makes it unique. So, let's get started. The 1984 penny is part of the famous Lincoln penny series that's been circulating since 1909. This series has seen quite a few design changes over the years, and the 1984 penny is no exception. First up, here's the obverse side of the 1984 penny. We see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This classic portrait has been a staple in American coinage for over a century. Flip it over, and you'll find the reverse side featuring the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design was used from 1959 to 2008, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, let's talk value. In terms of face value, the 1984 penny is worth just 1 cent. But let's see if it holds any hidden treasures for collectors. In general, a 1984 penny in average circulated condition is worth exactly 1 cent. However, if you've got one in mint or uncirculated condition, it could be worth a bit more. Mint marks play a significant role here. The 1984 penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D mint mark on the Denver pennies is quite common, but the S mint mark from San Francisco can sometimes be a bit rarer. Collectors also look for special varieties. For instance, a 1984 penny with a strong, clear double die on the reverse could be worth more. Finally, its market value is $51,000. This error is extremely common but can significantly boost a coin's value. Even if your 1984 penny is worth a lot, it's still a fantastic piece of history to have in your collection. Coins like these represent a snapshot of a particular time and place in American history. So, whether you've got a jar of these pennies or you're just starting your collection, the 1984 penny is a neat piece to explore. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin values and want more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to uncover the hidden value of a very familiar piece of change, the 2006 United States 1-cent coin. Now, you might think a penny is just a penny, right? But the truth is, this tiny coin can tell us a lot about its time and place in history. And who knows? Your everyday 2006 penny might actually be worth more than you think. First off, let's talk about the design. The 2006 penny features the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that's been a staple since 1959. It's a piece of American history, celebrating the 16th President of the United States, but not all 2006 pennies are created equal. There are actually a few different varieties you should know about. For example, the 2006 penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and each has its own unique characteristics. Let's break it down. The Philadelphia mint mark is denoted by a P and the Denver mint mark is shown by a D. These little letters can affect the coin's value, so always check your pennies carefully. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some 2006 pennies have been known to have unique errors or variations, such as double dies or off-center strikes. These can make a regular penny worth quite a bit more to collectors. Error coins are often the most valuable, with some 2006 pennies fetching hundreds of dollars if they have rare mistakes. But don't get too excited just yet. Most 2006 pennies are worth their face value, which is just 1 cent. So how can you tell if you have a rare one? Start by checking for any noticeable errors and examining the mint mark. It's also a good idea to compare your coin with high-resolution images online or consult a professional appraiser if you think you might have something special. In general, the value of a 2006 penny will depend on its condition and rarity. Most will be worth around 1 cent, but special varieties or error coins can be worth more. Finally, its market value is $55,000. If you're serious about coin collecting, always keep an eye out for those unique finds, so next time you dig through your change jar, take a closer look at those pennies. You might just discover a hidden gem. Today's video is going to be right up your alley. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2017 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. Specifically, we're exploring its value and worth. Yes, even those seemingly humble pennies can have a lot of secrets. Here it is, the 2017 penny. At first glance, it might look just like any other penny you've come across, but don't let its appearance fool you. The value of a coin can be influenced by a number of factors, and today, we're breaking down everything you need to know. First, let's start with the basics. The 2017 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which means it features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But unlike the earlier issues, this particular year was part of the ongoing series with no major design changes. Just to give you some context, the Lincoln penny has been through several design phases since its inception in 1909. The 2017 penny was made with the same design that's been standard for quite some time, but that doesn't mean it's not valuable. Now, let's talk value. The standard 2017 penny, in average circulation condition, is worth exactly 1 cent. However, the story changes when we start looking at rarer conditions or special varieties. For example, uncirculated 2017 pennies or those with unique mint errors can be worth more to collectors. Here's where it gets really interesting. Some 2017 pennies were struck with minting errors, things like off-center strikes or double dies. These errors can significantly increase the value of the penny. For instance, a 2017 penny with a notable error could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds, depending on the rarity and the extent of the error. If you think you've got a penny with a potential error, it's a good idea to consult with a professional or check reputable coin valuation websites. Collectors and dealers often have the most accurate information on current market values. So, how can you find out if your 2017 penny is worth more than its face value? Look for these key features. Uncirculated coins or those in mint condition are worth more. Keep an eye out for unusual minting errors. Some coins might have subtle differences in design that make them more valuable. If you're getting serious about coin collecting, investing in a magnifying glass and a good reference book can be a game changer. Also, don't forget to store your valuable coins properly to maintain their condition. Collecting coins is not just about their monetary value, it's also about the history and stories they tell. Each coin is a piece of history that connects us to the past. The 2017 penny might not be worth a fortune to everyone, but for collectors, it's a small piece of the larger tapestry of American numismatic. Thanks for joining me on this coin journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on coins and collectibles. And hey, if you have any 2017 pennies or other interesting finds, share your discoveries in the comments below.